Have you ever felt your eyelids turn to lead after a nice lunch? That heavy, foggy feeling. All you want to do is crash on the couch and disappear for a couple hours. Let's be real, if you're over 60, you've probably chalked it up to the cost of getting older, like some kind of tax you pay for a long life. But I'm here to tell you something. This is actually your body's signal that it's starting to lose control of its own energy. Here's what we're really talking about: the blood sugar roller coaster. But hold on, there's another player here that almost nobody talks about, and it's one of your most important organs: your liver. The liver is your body's most critical storage unit. It stores sugar for a rainy day. But as we age, the door to that storage unit starts staying open. It begins releasing sugar into your body even when you haven't eaten a thing. Because of this, you can wake up with high blood sugar even after a perfectly healthy dinner. This is exactly where vinegar comes in. It doesn't just help your cells, it also sends a signal to your liver. There's already enough energy in the system. You can stop releasing. It's a quiet, behind-the-scenes correction, but it makes a huge difference in how you feel when you get out of bed in the morning. And there's something most people completely miss: the dawn phenomenon. Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling more tired than when you went to bed? That's your liver overreacting as it gears up for the day. But there's a simple little strategy for this moment. For example, if you mix just 1 teaspoon of vinegar with water and drink it before bed, you can reduce that morning blood sugar spike. Just from this one nighttime routine, you can see a drop of 10 to 15 points in fasting blood sugar. It works like a governor that limits your engine's RPMs. It keeps your system from running too hot while you sleep. The system gets a little rusty over time. The doors to our cells don't swing open as easily as they used to when insulin comes knocking. Doctors call this insulin resistance. I call it one seriously frustrating situation. When the doors won't open, sugar stays in the bloodstream. The pancreas panics and pumps out more insulin. Then the sugar crashes way too fast. That's when you hit the wall. You're not tired because you're old. You're tired because your blood sugar is doing acrobatics. Now let me tell you about one of my patients, Arthur. Arthur is 68, lives in Florida. Back in January, he sent me a pretty frustrated email. Sunday lunches were his thing: meatloaf, mashed potatoes, a classic spread. But for 3 years, he couldn't spend time with his grandkids after those meals. By 2:00 p.m., he'd be passed out in his recliner, waking up at 4:30 feeling like he'd been hit by a truck. He was starting to think something was seriously wrong with him. Then we talked about this simple vinegar and cinnamon protocol. He started taking it 20 minutes before that big meal. 2 weeks later, he wrote back. He wasn't crashing anymore, not just awake. He had enough energy to go outside and play catch with the kids. That's the power of changing the chemistry of a meal before you take your first bite. Let's talk about the first ingredient: apple cider vinegar. I know it smells like a gym locker, and the taste is rough. But the acetic acid inside it is nothing short of a metabolic miracle. So what does it actually do? When taken before meals, it slows down how fast your stomach empties. It also blocks some of the enzymes that break down starches. Think of it like a bouncer at a nightclub door. It doesn't let sugar flood into your bloodstream all at once. It puts everything in line, one by one. No sudden spike. No spike means no crash. Simple as that. Go for the vinegar with the mother, the cloudy kind. That's where the real good stuff lives. But we're not stopping at vinegar. We're adding cinnamon. And here's an important point. Not all cinnamon is the same. If you can, use Ceylon cinnamon. It's known as true cinnamon. The cheap stuff at the grocery store is usually cassia cinnamon, which contains coumarin, a compound that can damage your liver in high amounts. Ceylon cinnamon is the safer option. Cinnamon works differently. It mimics insulin. It tells the cells to open up. In other words, it oils the rusty locks. When you combine vinegar's bouncer effect with cinnamon's master key effect, You're attacking the problem from two sides at once. This is a genuine game changer. I saw this firsthand with my neighbor Deanne. 72 years old, a firecracker of a woman, but she was struggling at her bridge club. She'd start dozing off after the tea and sandwiches. It was embarrassing for her. We started her on this mix. Now she carries a little bottle of vinegar and some cinnamon in her purse. She drinks it 15 minutes before they start playing. I feel like I'm 50, she says. No brain fog, no afternoon crash. She's even winning more hands. The recipe tea. He protocol. 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar. At least 1 cup of water, 7-8 Oz. A half teaspoon Ceylon cinnamon. Mix it well. You can use warm water if you like. Drink it about 20 minutes before your meal. Feel free to add a little stevia. And always use a straw. Vinegar can damage tooth enamel. Safety note. If you're taking diabetes medication, especially insulin or metformin, talk to your doctor first. Because this drink can lower blood sugar, and combined with medication, it could drop it too low. If you have a stomach ulcer or acid reflux, start with a lower dose. This is not a more is better situation. Pro tip. The 20-minute rule matters. Drinking it during the meal works too, but it's less effective. While you're waiting, move around a little, walk around the house. Your muscles use sugar more efficiently when they're active. Long-term benefits. This isn't just about avoiding an afternoon nap. Reduces blood sugar swings. Lowers inflammation. Protects your heart. Protects your brain. Over time, your sugar cravings decrease. When your energy stabilizes, late-night snacking drops off too. Try this mix for just 7 days. Use it before your heaviest meal of the day. Then ask yourself at 3:00 p.m. Do I want to sleep, or do I want to actually do something? Chances are, you're going to surprise yourself. The energy was always there. It was just trapped behind the wrong chemistry. This little mix is about to change that for you. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend who's always saying, "I'm so tired." And drop a comment. Have you ever tried vinegar before? I want to see that vinegar face. See you in the next video.